Okay, let's try this again.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Nice Guys Podcast. Episode 69 coming at you live. Well, not live. I wish it was live. But nonetheless, as you guys can see, it's a little bit different. Duper is taking this week off. I think, it's been a long time coming for him. He wanted to take last week off, and he was a trooper and came out and knocked out the EP with us. But he's got some things he's got to take care of tonight, so he's off the EP. But D-Money's making his return tonight. He was off last week. Probably a much-needed break for him as well. And as you guys can see, we have another special guest joining us for this episode. We're really thankful that he's going to come on and chop it up with us and have a dope conversation. And I'm going to toss it over to D-Money in just a few minutes and let him give the introduction for this gentleman here. What's that?
It just echoed.
Oh, did it? I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. But like I said, action-packed EP, going to have a dope conversation. Depending on what time we got, maybe do another nice draft picks. Didn't have time last week. Obviously, we got our top 5. Super excited about this week's top 5. And then, this is going to be a quiet episode for me. I'm probably not going to say too much. But nonetheless, before I kick it over to D-Money, I just want to run 2 quotes by the people real quick. Last week's quote that Duper gave for us is this: but when we repeat 1% errors day after day by replicating poor decisions, duplicating tiny mistakes, and rationalizing little excuses, our small choices compound into toxic results. So we gave our interpretation of that last week. Really hit me in the chest off that. And then this week's quote of the day from Duper comes from Atomic Habits. Dope book. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, check it out. But this quote is, when you fall in love with the process rather than the product, you don't have to wait to give yourself permission to be happy. So two really dope quotes coming back at you. But as I did last week, I'm putting the pressure on D-Money because I called him literally about 20 minutes ago and said, hey.
10 minutes before I walk downstairs.
Yeah, 10 minutes before he walks downstairs. So in changing the structure of the podcast and trying to get it to look a little bit different, we kind of changed how we introduce our special guest. So I kind of gave D-Money the rundown. But with that being said, hey, ain't nothing to it but to do it, my man. Kicking it over to D-Money and let him introduce our special guest tonight, and I can't wait to have the conversation. So D-Money, without further ado, brother.
All right, buddy. Well, again, thanks for throwing this at me last minute. You could have given me a little week advance so I could really think of something.
That's all right.
Because, we've been talking about having this guy on for, a month now?
Yeah.
I think. Something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But this guy right here, I think he's to my this is my left, I believe. Yeah. My left over here. He's a good friend of mine. I've known him, preschool? Been a long time friends. But his name's Alex. We call him AY, so he's going to be called AY probably the whole episode. Went to high school with us, graduated with me, which I graduated a year ahead of Tyler. So, but we all through high school, 3-sport athlete, kind of a four sport with a little track at the end there. Very successful, give my flowers to him because he's got a lot of records at Indian Creek, I believe. I think I don't know if they got the wall of fame at the new school, but I'm sure he's there if it's there. He was on the old one, in the old high school.
Yep.
But that school's gone. But yeah, family guy here. Got a couple brothers. Mom and dad are great people. Love them to death. Known them for a long time. They've been really, really good to me. Mm-hmm. He's actually a twin. I believe he's the younger of the two.
I am.
Correct? Okay.
Oh,
younger of the two. AY, he after high school played 2 years at Sinclair Community College. Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
Transferred to Grand Valley State, which is in Michigan.
Yeah, Western Michigan.
And then he kind of I think you did a little bit of stuff down Florida, if I recall you telling me, and then you're kind of just in your career now?
Yeah, a little bit during college in Florida during the summer times, and now I reside in Michigan.
Sweet, but yeah, like I said, really good dude we got here, man. I'm really excited to have him on. I'm excited about the stories we're going to hear from him about just anything he's done out of high school because being an athlete in college, I'm sure is hectic as fuck. It's probably nonstop. You're working out constantly. Traveling constantly. I mean, from when you were in, I think, like I said, like a month ago, we went and we played 18. You were telling me about all the buddies you got from different states, and I'm just like, I couldn't imagine having that many close friends from different states around me. Like that'd be fucking crazy, you know. But yeah, I mean, I think that's as best as I'm gonna get right now on 10-minute notice. So
Hey,
with that being said,
hey,
how you feeling, brother? How you doing tonight?
No, I appreciate that, fellas. Yeah, I mean, you kind of hit it on the head. I mean, we've been friends for a very, very long time. I think it was before preschool, to be honest.
It probably was. I know. We both did. We did 2 years, right?
Yeah.
I think we're what 3 and
3 and
4 years
4
old?
with
Yeah.
Grandma Barb. Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
No, yeah. I grew up playing, I think, every single sport with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball, basketball, football, whatever. Soccer, probably even.
I didn't play soccer. Soccer wasn't me. But actually, so I signed up.
Really?
My mom signed me up, and I went until one practice and quit.
Makes sense. You never did like running. Like I remember even baseball.
I don't.
Like,
so it's crazy. I don't like sprinting. I don't mind like cross country running, like a distance runner type deal. I can do that, but I don't like sprints.
I remember you running to first base and you just being like upset and pissed, like just because you had to do that.
Probably. I think I changed a little bit when I got to high school, but
yeah.
But for the most part, I mean, we're not all blessed with the speed you got. All right.
no.
It was tough. Okay.
Tough my ass. You made it look effortless.
Mom and dad timing me around the house, not even timing me, lying to me, making me just get very, very tired. So yeah. So I gotta give them a little bit of credit, but no, it was a lot of work. I can't believe you were spot on with the colleges and what I've done after. Even
man, I know you, even though we don't talk constantly. Come on now.
I know it's been like 2-3 times we talked about it, and you're spot on. So.
There it is.
Hell yeah, I'm really good with that kind of shit. If you give me if I ask you and like we kind of have that conversation about it, it usually sticks for the most part, unless I just don't care. But
you're a good friend or a good listener. So
yes, I think I'm a good listener too. Though I think that's a good quality that I have is I can listen pretty well to people when they got to get some shit off their chest or whatever. Sometimes I'm not the greatest at giving the feedback back, but I can listen to you. But yeah, so I almost texted you this the other day. So I don't know if you saw it on Facebook. I know you're not crazy active on Facebook, but Creek posted at the new stadium, at the stadium, all the track and field records.
I kind of figured
this motherfucker, which I'm pretty sure I'm right on this too, played our whole senior year of baseball, and then went to states and placed 6th in the 400.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking stupid, dude. I mean, come on.
But, hey, blame Frank Kamara.
I do blame Frank because I remember he was the one trying to get you to do it. Now, was that the record time right there? Was that the states? It was like 49 seconds in a.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it had to be. But yeah, it had to be the final. I mean, those guys were fast. I don't think I really ran under like a 49.8, 49.7 before that, but I think so. It had to be.
Yeah. Whichever, if you don't know track, a 400 meter is one time around the track. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Blame Frank. Yeah. He bet me. He said we lose first round, which I didn't want to lose first round, Dustin. I apologize.
Oh, listen.
Trust me. I did not want to go.
Was that the year when they fucked us against Carrollton?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cole literally had the tag on the dude's cheek, on his ass cheek, and they called him safe.
Yeah.
I remember that picture was the front page of the sports. It made me sick. I was so sick to my stomach after that. And it just like ruined us completely.
Very tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, you bet me. We lost first round. I went and ran track.
And you fucking
somehow
put a school record, motherfucker.
That's crazy.
Somehow, yeah.
Yeah.
Good time though.
Yeah. I think don't you have the record for most triples in a season? Is it a season or the career?
Probably both. I know I've like my sophomore junior year. I know I had a lot. I think senior year kind of slipped off, but if I can remember correctly, my memory's terrible nowadays.
Yeah.
Getting old, but I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Cottis throws that out on Facebook here and there in our group.
I think I've seen it a couple times.
Yeah.
But Ty, how many years did you play high school ball? 3?
3, yeah.
So freshman, sophomore, junior?
Mhm.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I remember TyBow pitching. Get out there and throw the lefty out there, dude. I love lefties throwing.
Oh yeah.
Makes the fielder's job. It's entertaining, right?
He said, "I'll tell a quick story real quick because it was funny as hell." So it was my junior year, and we were playing Bel Air, and
over there.
Over there.
That's
in that field, yeah.
At Bel Air?
At Bel Air, yeah.
So, side note, do you guys know that Nate Davis showed up that day?
To that game?
Yeah, hanging around the field.
No shit. I did not know that.
Sorry.
No, that's crazy. But it was my first time pitching varsity level, and I think I came in like the 3rd or 4th inning, and I ended up finishing out the rest of the game. And AY came to me and he said, "Look, these dudes are a bunch of fucks. Fuck them, strike them out." He said, "Your guys in the field will do the work behind you. Just let them play." And I was like, "All right, fuck it, let's go." And so we ended up winning, but it was cool, fun little story that I remember.
Yeah. That field, man.
Terrible, but it sounds about right, dude. Hey, just throw the ball, get some contact, let your fielders do the work. Like,
That's right.
No need.
I mean, if you're not throwing fucking 90 in high school or high 80s, mid 80s, just let the fuck. I mean, unless you got crazy control and crazy off speed, just let your fucking defense help you.
Yeah.
Unless you're dealing, then you just keep dealing, obviously. But we were very lucky to have the teams that we had through high school. I mean, every year I think we had good teams. It was just we couldn't put it together for the most part.
A lot of good guys. That's the
oh
big
my
thing,
god,
guys.
yeah.
Like, I don't think we would have been half of what we were if we didn't have the guys. Like, everyone wanted it. That's what I think. Even from like 6th grade, 7th grade, even like the guys below us, like T-Bow's class, like everyone wanted. Everyone wanted to grind,
which was sweet. I love that.
Were we the most talented? Probably not.
No, probably not. But we had some pieces. We had a couple, And again, I'll give you your flowers. You were one of those pieces. All 4 or all 3. I'll give track one event. So all 3 sports you played. I was just telling Mav. I don't know if he's over there. He literally right here. But I told him to go watch your fucking highlight tape from your senior year.
That's funny.
And I think he said they played it, but I can't remember. Tyler, have you ever seen his highlight tape?
I don't think so.
It's pretty fucking dope. I mean, for a high school highlight tape for like our area, it was pretty cool.
That's cool.
But
shout out Coach Hammock.
Shout out Coach Hammock. But so you played all 4 years football, correct?
Yeah.
Now, if receiver, quarterback. I mean, receiver, quarterback.
Receiver, quarterback, receiver, quarterback. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So me and Frank split our freshman.
Did you play varsity freshman? Was it more freshman team?
Got in here and there, but it was end of the games, like scrub time where we.
Okay, fair. We had a big senior class when we were freshmen. I think I know in our baseball year there was 10 seniors.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of seniors.
Yeah.
It
was tough. It was tough for the freshmen, which should be that way, right?
Right, exactly. And then obviously basketball, you played all 4.
Yeah.
I think you played as a freshman. Maybe even started.
No, JV freshman. Then
you were probably one of them. The 2 quarters of JV, and then keeping 2 quarters of varsity just in case you needed it.
I don't even think I was that much. There's a couple games that I would like sit on the bench, but again, like we had 7, 8 seniors that year, I think, or maybe just under that. So, but sophomore really is when I started really varsity.
Yeah. Fuck. I remember the fucking game, and I'm sure you probably remember it very vividly. That time you went up for that dunk against Bel Air, and the dude undercut you. Snapped that elbow right out of place.
trust me, I can still feel it. I'll wake up and just like laying on it, and I can I swear it's just scar tissue because I never had surgery or anything. We just let it
was
heal.
Your right arm?
Yeah, my throwing
It was your
arm.
throwing arm, right?
Yeah, so imagine the years after that, throwing
Right.
and whatnot.
And you
I
played,
swear,
and you played infield all through high school and then outfield in college, right? So
yeah,
you're fucking thrown farther.
yeah.
And I'm
So
sure you fucking, you've always had a strong arm, so I can only imagine how fucking hard you're throwing a ball from the outfield.
yeah, so much stress, but I swear I can like still wake up in the morning and just feel like the scar tissue and just like internally it just hurts.
I believe that. Probably know when it's going to rain and that type of shit.
I wish.
Right, exactly.
It just hurts.
Yeah.
You mind if I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go on.
All right. So it's got a question. That's a general question I kind of ask everybody that comes on the show. So let's get a little bit of background about the childhood, man. What was childhood like growing up in Wintersville, and then the transition from Wintersville to when you moved away to Michigan eventually. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, childhood was awesome. I know, like going through, everyone has that phase, like right when they got out of high school, like I hated this, I hated that. But look back, was very fortunate. The area I grew up, the neighborhood I grew up in, there's probably 11 to 12 of us, most older than us. But we had that core group of guys where baseball, basketball, football, riding your bikes, whatnot. It was awesome. And you had your guys like Dustin, Matt Furman, like those guys where we were very, very young growing up. So very fortunate with my parents being able to put us in this situation and allowing us to be able to have friends like that and be able to have the ability to do that with the free time we had, whatnot. But it was awesome. I mean, you get into junior high, you start meeting some new people around the different areas. You start growing those friendships and you get closer. Wouldn't say I was the most outgoing guy in high school, but I just kind of kept very, very in touch with everyone. Didn't do much, whatnot. But going to college, it was definitely a change. I think we can all agree kind of around the area. It's not, I wouldn't say it's sheltered, but it's a slower time, slower area. Things move at a very much slower pace, I would say. Being able to get away from that and go to a city into college and be on your own, I had to get right to it. I went to junior college. I didn't have a cafeteria to go to. I didn't have a meal plan. So I was really thrown to the wolves, if you would say, in that situation. But didn't know anyone really. Just had a coach that believed in me, and guys that believed in me when I first showed up on the campus. So you start learning from other people. You stay in contact with people. You learn from your peers, and that was the best thing that I liked about kind of getting away. Was not just so much it was I was getting out of this area, but it puts into perspective like the relationships you had with those guys back in the area. You kind of grow and you mature a lot because I was away. So it was awesome. Then I kind of go to Michigan, much further away, if you might say 6 hours away. I think I knew one guy there. He ended up joining the military halfway through the first year. So I was a guy in Michigan, didn't know a single person, but I had 40 other guys that were right there to just keep me going. Grand Rapids is in Western Michigan, where I'm currently at, is a very home, tight-knit community, if you might say. It's a bigger city, one of the, I think, third largest city in Michigan.
Oh, wow.
But it's very small in community-wise, in the relationships. So a lot of people went home for the weekends, and I had a lot of guys from Chicago and outside of the state that were kind of in the same situation as I was. I think we brought in 18 when I transferred in. So those guys helped out a lot. And then just kind of now at the point in my career, away from all the sports and still have those friendships, you kind of look back at like even just going back and playing 18 with Dustin. It's you think you've changed so much, and you think everyone else has changed so much, and they've gone down this way and they've gone down that way, and it's like everyone's just still friends.
Oh yeah, sure.
And that's the biggest thing about life that I think I enjoy the most is you can go back and just pick up a conversation with anyone. Right. I know that was the long kind of story, and
no, you're
going
good.
from
you're good.
high school to Grand Rapids and where I'm at right now. But no, it's awesome. It's been good. It's been a fun ride. A lot of people have been on the ride. Whether I talk to them now or they don't talk to me or whatnot, but a lot of friendships and a lot of relationships have been built. So,
oh yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah. I'll keep that going, and I'll ask you the questions I had planned to ask. So, previously, you had told me that at one point you were a prospect in the MLB draft, and I think you told me earlier was your junior and senior year. You were kind of talking to teams.
Yeah. So there was always kind of some talk with just like area scouts after my freshman year. But end of junior year, going into my senior year, a couple of teams were talking pretty closely. Fortunately, did not play how I would like my senior year, if you would say.
Right.
But yeah, there's some talk there between junior and through the year, senior year, just nothing much more than free agency, but it was still something.
Right. Yeah. Are you allowed to say what teams you were talking to?
Yeah. I mean, the Mets were the main guys that were interested. I know the Reds had some talk there, but the Mets were the main.
You would have
team.
loved the Reds, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
His team's the Reds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool though, man. I've been wanting to ask you about that, but I never really had the opportunity to, and it was kind of like, well, fuck it. Now I got the chance to really grill him on some questions here, so let's talk about it.
It's cool. I go back. I still have it saved on my computer, like some of the paperwork they had me filled out and like some of the emails. So it's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Now, did you get to go like work out for the teams or anything?
No, it was
not even like after you were done, or at that point did you say, you know what, fuck it, I'm done?
Yeah, I had known how I played my senior year, and it wasn't up to what I had hoped. And I kind of knew just from conversation and whatnot that didn't really want to pursue it that much. There were some independent teams that had talked to me and offered me, but just wasn't worth it in my opinion. My body was very, very sore and tired at that point. I was kind of ready to just get on with the next step in my life. So.
Yeah, which is cool though. I mean, that's still cool to say like, hey, you know, I fucking talked to, you know, this team or that team at one point. I mean, you're not the type of guy to fucking throw it around and brag about it, obviously, but like just like if that happened to me, like knowing in the back of my head, like that's fucking cool. Like and like how you said you still have like emails or like paperwork they had you fill out, like that you can go back and look, and it's like it probably got like their team name on the top and it's like addressed to you and everything, which is fucking sweet. That's dope.
Yeah. I'm glad I kept them.
Yeah, absolutely. So. That's cool. That's a cool thing to one day maybe even tell your kids if that ever happens.
Easy.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, but
still young.
Yeah, we're almost 30. Fuck, you're coming up on 30 here in a little bit.
Easy on that one.
I'm right behind you, bro. Don't worry about it. I'm right behind you.
You're not a couple months off.
Yeah, you're less than a month. Yeah, that's fucking. Isn't it crazy? See? Like TyBow, you still got a whole year, but
hey,
10 plus years though, and you still remember that.
Yeah,
dude, I'm pretty good with the birthdays too. I don't know why. That's something I've always had an idea of. You know, and you know, it's easy to go out. Hey, happy birthday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I wanted to stop you when you were talking, but I didn't want to because you were on a roll, and I didn't want to be that dick to interrupt. But
be that one.
no, I'm not gonna be that dick. I can be a dick, but I'm not gonna be that dick. But you said something about when you were going, like talking about how you could go back and just pick up that conversation with somebody and how you've seen that they haven't changed, this, that, the other. I know me and you have talked about it, and obviously me and Ty have talked about it, pretty often. And I'm sure Tyler knows exactly where I'm going with this, but you might too, obviously. But it's so nice that you have those certain people that don't think that just because you don't talk every day, that think, how am I going to word this? How am I wording it? Am I fucking this up right now? If you don't talk every day, you're not friends. Did I word that right?
No, you get it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and it drives me nuts, dude. Like, because there's so many people, that I wish I was still close with. I wish I still had that relationship with, but I got busy. I mean, there's some, like I've said before, and I even said it to you when we went golfing that day. There's a lot of things that I wish I wouldn't have done in life to where, I could have kept that relationship going, but it's at a little point in me, where I was mentally, I wasn't able to really put the effort in at the time to keep the relationship going. And I'm sure a lot of the reasons, aren't friends with me as much anymore or whatever. It's probably on me, but it is what it is. I don't have any regrets in life. Fuck it, I mean, if you couldn't be with me when I was down, then I don't want you around at all.
No.
Yeah, quote that. Put that on a fucking shirt.
Well, that's what I Coach Stacy, Coach Stacks, Legion coach in the summer.
I forgot you played Legion ball too. Yeah.
He was one of the guys that ended up hooking me up with Rich Donnelly to be able to get into that Florida league in the summertime during my college career. I remember him telling me I was dating someone, and he said, "Look," he goes, "this is an opportunity that you don't want to pass up." He goes, "I understand you have relationships and you want to be able to come back during summer." He goes, "Just understand," he goes, "I was in your same situation and I didn't go." He goes, "There's not a day that goes by that I wouldn't rewrite that situation." He goes, "Those relationships are going to always be there." He goes, "The people that are going to stick with you, even if you don't talk to them, they're going to still be there." And that's what I always kind of go back to, even like the relationship with you, Dustin. It's like it fought through that. Even though we didn't talk and whatnot, those relationships are going to last. And if they don't, they're not meant to be.
Exactly.
That was one of the best conversations I ever had with someone when he told me that. It was like, okay, if I want to do something, my friends and my family, whoever wants to be in my life, should respect that and be behind me. And that's what, and that's awesome. It's maybe you may not talk during that time, but right, like us, we reconnected, right?
Yeah. And the thing is too, is you have to realize that people get busy.
Oh,
like for me and Ty, thankfully, me and Tyler have been very close. We've been more close these last probably 10 years, I think.
Yeah.
For the most part, these last 10 years, we've gotten really, really close. And I'm very fortunate of that because I could go to him for anything, and I'm sure I could come to you too. I'm not saying that, but he knows just a lot more about me now because he's been here the last 10 years. But if you could go high school time until now, until me and Tyler got real close, I'm sure you would know a lot about what the hell was going on in my life. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's just the fact you got that support system. If they want to stick around, they will stay there. You know what I mean? And that's when I told you when we met to golf. And I told Ty about this too, I think, but I remember telling you, bro, I didn't have Instagram. I lost access to my Instagram, and you messaged me a month after I got access back. What are the odds? And imagine if I didn't have the account.
Well, I would have Snapchatted you, I would have texted you, but I think it would have went to Jagger, which
probably right. But yeah, so that when we went and played, we played. I think, we said, I think that was the first time in 8-9 years we've seen each other in person.
Yeah, I mean,
it was a long time, but it was it was nice just to be able, as soon as I got there, what's up, bro? And just kind of like boom, right into conversation.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
hell, you could have played another 27 if you could have.
Oh, absolutely. I would have kept
Yeah,
playing, dude.
hey, next time you want to play another 9? You want to play another? It wasn't 95
I was
degrees
trying to get him,
outside.
but we were like, Ty, I think we were on, so we went down to Raylan and played because AY told me, he was like,
I got a story too. Now that you mentioned Raylan, I'll tell you after you tell the story.
Okay. So AY was like, where do you want to play at? Like when he reached out to me, I told him, I said, he's like, I'm coming home next week. We should go get some drinks or, grab some food or whatever. And I was like, you want to golf? Because I know he's been golfing because I see his snap stories and stuff a lot. And
Too much.
he was like, absolutely. And I was like, well, where do you want to go? And he was like, oh, I don't care. Let's play somewhere. And then it eventually got to the point, he's like, I want to play somewhere easy. And I was like, I got just the place. So I took him down Rayland, and we were playing really good. Like, you know how it is on that course, Ty.
Mm.
I think we got to like hole 13-ish, and I was like, man, I wouldn't mind playing another 9 after this, And then AY was like, oh, I can get behind that, whatever. And then we got to like hole 16, and then we're like this. We're like dragging ass. It's like 95 degrees outside, So we ended up not playing it, but I think we still both played pretty well that day. I think I like a 73, 74, and AY was like low 80s, 81, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but go ahead, Ty. Tell your story.
No, real quick. It was funny. I was going to text it to you, but I figured I'd share it on the pod. So we're back in the swing of things with work, not getting into too much information because I can't share it. But for what I do for work, I found my way in Morgantown last night working. I worked till about 4:30 this morning. And so I went into one of the bars, and and I walk into this place, you know what I do and stuff, but all the kids, they get real wide-eyed when they see people walk in and stuff like that, and they came up to me and they were like, hey, you want to see our IDs, all this stuff, and I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, I don't care. Like, if you're coming up to me, you either got a really good fake ID or you're of age in the bars. And so the one kid comes up to me, and he had an Ohio ID, and I saw it, and it was Tiltonsville, and I was like, that's weird. I said, I grew up in Steubenville, and he was like, Morgantown's not that far away from the Ville,
right.
but
right.
Still, you don't, you get a lot of people like from Jersey or from PA or whatever, and and so I was like, no shit. I said, me and my buddies, we golf a lot. And he was like, oh yeah. He's like, where do you golf? And I was like, well, I said, XYZ, and then I said, it's Fairway Riverlinks, right? And isn't that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay. He was like, his like mouth just dropped, and he was like, no shit. He's like, nobody ever knows about that course. He said, my grandparents are the owners of that course. And I said, are you kidding me? And he said, let me get your name and stuff. He said, next time you're down there, he said, I'll have them look out for you and your buddies, and you guys can golf free anytime you go down there. And I was
Bro,
you
better come home every fucking weekend during the summer then from now on.
Yeah, so he, but it was
That's
cool.
Fucking sweet.
So, yeah, I was like, and his other two buddies, they grew up. I think one had, I think one was from Weirton, and then the other one was from somewhere in Ohio, like down by the Tiltonsville area, but it wasn't Tiltonsville. But yeah, it was just cool. It just goes to show like the small world bullshit,
Mm-hmm.
And
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah, it's nuts. But real quick, touch on what you were talking about, like picking up friendships and all that stuff. I look at it like this, man, and it's as simple as this. And I, kind of think it's fitting for the episode being a sports analogy. I think at different, stages in our lives, you've got people that are on the field with you. You got people on the sidelines. And you got people in the nosebleeds, and then you got people that aren't bought into what you're doing, so they're out of the stadium. They don't believe in you. So I think that one thing, I think that's what worked really well for us as friends is, I can pride myself on, I don't give a fuck where I'm at in the stadium. I'm still there. And then if I get the chance to move down and get a better view or even actually get the time to play on the game with you, I think that's, it's an honor and stuff. But unfortunately, not everybody thinks like that. But I think it comes back to the people that are in your lives at certain stages in your life are the people that are meant to be right there. And then, the people that are not around are going to find their way back to you, or they're going to move on. So,
right.
So
that's good. I like that. I like that a lot. You see me writing it down. I don't know if I got up high enough.
Write it down.
Well, there's a lot. there's a lot of people up in those nosebleeds that just don't know how to reach out to.
That's
you
right,
just have to respect it. And that's what I'm on that side too with a lot of friendships. Like I'm sure y'all are too. It's like you just
absolutely.
Oh shit, I should reach out to them, and you just don't do it.
Yeah.
Right?
And then there's times that you do reach out and they don't hit back.
And then it's just like,
and it's like, I tried, man. I don't know really what.
Yeah.
I'm at a distance.
Yeah, I tried, man. I tried, but I'll actually tell a story that I think I told Ty this. I mean, I'd fucking tell you a lot of shit, but I'm not gonna drop names or anything. But I was eating at one of our local places here, and guy that I was really close with, all through elementary, middle school, high school, was in there, and I haven't seen him, haven't talked to him, probably since high school, maybe a year after, and I got my wife, my daughter. My daughter was probably a couple months old at the time. I walk in there and I see him, and I haven't talked to him in a long time, and it was like one of them things where it's like, should I go up to him and say what's up to him, or should I just kind of let it ride and see if we make eye contact type deal, and like kind of give us like oh, I see you, like, and then when he gets up to leave, or if I got up to leave, we can go like, hey, how you doing, buddy? How you been? Just quick little small talk and then be gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of be like, okay, well, we had that conversation, like that, even just that little bit to maybe even just kind of reconnect us, just kind of like, and then at that point you could be like, message and be like, hey man, good seeing you, hope everything's well, type shit, and kind of get an idea of like what's going on in their lives or whatever. But that didn't happen. I literally got sat right next to him, and nothing ever came about it. And then he ended up getting up and leaving, and then that was that. So like it threw me back whenever it happened, because I was like, damn, like I've known that dude for so long and know so much about him, and like obviously probably not. He's probably changed since I've known this shit. He's probably got a lot more going on in life. More people in his life, this, that, the other, whatever. But it was just weird. Like I don't really know how to really like put it into like an analogy like you did, or in any certain situation, because it was one of the things that was like, damn. Like it just shows how people grow apart, I guess, or how people, go different paths, and then and TyBow's analogy there, I guess we're just both out of each other's stadiums. You know what I mean? It was weird, man. I couldn't believe it, and like I even told Alexis, done. I was like, like, did you see who that was? Like she obviously didn't know him, but I was like, I kind of gave her like the rundown of like how close we were, and and if you want to know who it was, I'll tell you after the episode, but I'm not going to name drop here. But I'm sure you both fucking know. I'm sure AY for sure knows, and I think I told Ty. I think I might have told you before.
I'll have to ask you after, because I don't remember the name.
I'll tell you after. But yeah, it was weird, but it just kind of shows that people grow apart. People's circles change out of high school, and that's what I try to tell. Like all these kids wishing to get out of school, like can't wait to graduate, and I'm like, bro, don't rush that shit. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there was times in high school when I did rush that shit, and I wouldn't say I regret it, because I don't. Like I said earlier, I don't regret anything that I've ever done in my life. There's some things that I wish I could have done differently. Yes, absolutely, but I don't regret it. I try to live my life now like 100% no regrets. At one point I might have regretted something, but then I came to my senses, kind of talked myself out of regretting that thing that happened, and kind of just, hey, it's the past. The past is the past. Move on. You know what I mean? But I tell all these younger kids, man, like especially like Jag and Mav's buddies that are like Jag's obviously graduated now, so like anyone his age that I knew that was talking like that, I was like, listen, don't, bro. And even Jag, like Jag was like, I'm sure at one point he said something to me. He's like, I can't wait to get out, and AY, I don't know if you know, but Jagger's going to the Air Force. I can't remember if I told you that or not, but he was excited to go, and I'm like, that's awesome that you're excited to go, but don't rush it. Like, especially after you graduated, like let these 5-6 months you got left, Do what you got to do. Live your life, man. Like, you're gonna be like United States government fucking locked down for however long you're part of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And another thing I like to tell these kids, man, it's like, don't stress about like your friends being there afterwards. Like how we were just talking about, like, they're your friends and they support you, they're gonna be there. If they don't, they were never meant to be your friend. I mean, it's that simple.
For sure.
And you know, I like to think that's a pretty good logic to put behind things, because there's, I don't know, like, I'm sure both you guys, there's a lot of people that we talked to in high school, right out of high school, that we don't talk to anymore at all. You know,
Yeah.
so.
Well, you know my situation with that person in my life that I don't talk to anymore. That, I mean, we were, I mean,
Right. Yeah.
thick as thieves, man, and it just, I wish that person the best always, hands down.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But
Never wish anybody. I don't wish ill will on
Yeah.
nobody.
no,
You know,
but anyway,
no need.
it's just necessary for growth and change and evolution. Like I said last week's episode, I think that things happen for a reason, and we're all on paths that we're on and at that certain point in time of our lives, and it's just necessary, man. It's just life. You gotta roll with it. You gotta move on.
Yep.
So, AY, I got a question for you, man, because I want to circle back to it real quick. So just I'm curious, because obviously I don't have the same relationship with you as D Money does, but talk about if you want to share it and you're comfortable sharing it. Talk about being a kid from the Ville and then going the JUCO route, and then what that looked like, and then the transition to when you went to school in Michigan. Like how was that different, and what was some of the high points and maybe even low points of those two times for sports, being a student athlete?
Yeah. Athletically, not gonna lie, it was very intimidating. I was able to, from senior year, go to Oklahoma with Team Ohio and really see good competition consistently on a day-to-day basis, and that's velocity is what scared me. We really didn't see many guys in the upper eights or even low nines really thrown in our area. So that was the one thing that I really thought changed. And getting over there, and you kind of talk to a lot of my roommates and guys I was really close with during junior college in Dayton were from the Cincinnati area. In my opinion, if no one really knows, is I think they have one of the strongest athletic conferences in the nation with athletics, with high school sports. They got that Catholic conference with Elder and all those guys down there. But 500-600 guys, private schools, all boys schools. So you kind of learn from those guys, and it's such a different world. In my opinion, it's you kind of go from the area, our local area, and you see the competition. You think that's very, very good. You go across just even the state, and it's completely different. So that was the biggest thing I was worried about, was velocity. And then just getting in the right shape, committing myself to the weight room, committing myself to just like actually growing my body. Those guys from the city are built so much different than we were. In my opinion, that was the biggest obstacle. Velocity, and then just getting up to standards with the body type. When it comes to just school in general, I was thrown to the wolves. It's like I said, I had no cafeteria, I had no meal plan. I was living in a apartment with a guy from Indianapolis that I'd never met before. So making sure that I was aligning my friendships with the correct people. I know there's not saying they were bad people, but I know I ran across a lot of people during those first 2 years that probably weren't the best people in my life. So athletically, and just personally with the academic side and getting away from the area, it was a much different lifestyle change. Not in a bad way, but the area is very sheltered, in my opinion. There's a lot of things that go on that just kind of stay. There's a lot of opinions in the area. and very large views in the area about what kind of transpires and what goes on, and this is the way it goes. Then getting out to Dayton and being in a much bigger city, you kind of see that it opens up. Then even just going from junior college where you face on the athletic side, developing your body, understanding the game more, reacting to velocity. I was very surprised, in my opinion, how I reacted to velocity. We had a Dominican on our team that was like 6'3", 6'4", probably 235, 240, that set 93, 95. The dude was an absolute animal. I remember facing him inside the first time he threw a cutter, or sorry, not a cutter, a splitter, inside on beige walls, and I literally jumped out of the box, scared shitless because I could not see the ball. But you kind of see guys like that, and that was kind of jumping back a little bit from where we were going, but seeing what the athletic ability in junior college was. We went and played Walter State down in Tennessee, that they were considered the juice capital of junior college, right? They're steroids. They're two Kentucky guys that were sitting 93, 94 transfers, and I was 19 years old playing my first college game. So that just seeing that stuff, being able to handle it and see it and be able to make the adjustments. But going to Grand Valley was so much different.
The D1?
D2. D2.
Like higher D2 though, right? Is like
kind
of on the cusp.
Yeah, notoriously they're very, very great athletic school. If you look up, it's called the President's Cup. It's like the best like Division II school. It's kind of like the Capital One Bowl Cup for like Division I, where like the best athletic school all around gets that. When I was there, I knew they won it like the 4 years or the 2 years I was there, and I think they had won it like 8 out of the last like 9 years. So like that, I think there's 25 to 30,000 students now that attend there. So it's much different than what Division II a lot of people think of.
Gotcha.
But going from junior college to Grand Valley, the biggest change athletically was just the consistency. Junior college, you had 1 through 5, 1 through 6, hitting wise, and you maybe had 1 to 2 guys, whether that's a starter, a reliever, a closer, that was very, very good. Division II, you really kind of saw it from the top down where, all right, like there's some Division I guys, there's some guys that could get drafted, maybe 1 or 2 guys on each team. But everyone from 1 to 8 could hit, 1 to 9 could hit. And then just really what Grand Valley in Division II was able to offer on like the strength and conditioning side. I think I probably put on 20, 25 pounds when I was at Grand Valley, and easily could go run 2 miles any single day you wanted me to without really sweating or breathing. They really killed us in that side, and then just the strength side, like I was pushing weight that I really should not be underneath. It's still hurting me today. So, and you kind of get into seeing the good teams. I remember seeing Minnesota, Mankato. Guy wasn't even supposed to start, and he's throwing 93, 95. You go down to Ashland when it's 40 degrees on you. Face Brandon Sittinger, who played for the Diamondbacks a couple years ago, who's throwing 92, 94 and 40-degree weather. So that jump from junior college to really Division II, and a good Division II conference was really, really eye-opening to me.
A lot different than the Ohio Valley.
Yeah, I mean, we had some guys, but you
don't get me wrong. You had guys, that were throwing high 80s, low 90s, but majority of them mid 70s.
Yeah, and that's not every Division II guy is going to be throwing that hard, but like, I mean, you're number 1, number 2 guys. That's Ashland was unbelievable. They had 2 guys that I remember. We regional my junior year, my first year, Grand Valley. We're playing Ashland. It's a night game. They had a guy that I think through the first 2-3 weeks of the season blew his arm out in Florida, his shoulder. Had like stem cell surgery, then came back during conference tournament and threw like 2 innings as a reliever. He started against us and threw like 7, 8 innings. And I remember we were the away team. I go up there first at bat, and they had like a pitch clock in the back of the stands right behind our dugout. He throws the first pitch, 93. He was 90, 93, 95 through like the first like 5 innings. I'm like, how's that happen?
Did you lead off a lot?
Yeah, I was mostly lead off. Yeah, got kind of thrown around a little bit, but mostly lead off.
Like did you ever pitch in college at all, or just play the outfield?
No, outfield. I had one opportunity in summer ball, but got through a double play. Yeah, I got through into a double play and got out. I was kind of upset. But yeah. I threw 80 poos, so I would have got daddy.
Yeah, I would have got fucking annihilated.
Yeah,
me stepping up to the mound throwing 71. Maybe.
That's crazy.
It was in Florida when I was playing, and like usually when they saw a position player go out there, they're taking daddy hacks. I saw my buddy the game before go out there, and he not dogging on him, but I throw harder than him, probably 4 or 5 miles per hour. But I was in the outfield and they were taking natty hacks. I was scared that they were going to hit a couple outs. So I think I got saved by that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Since you guys both played the high school ball with me, who do you think was one of the tougher teams that we played?
Harrison.
Well, Harrison was good just all the way through, but No, I'll just keep it with that. Harrison was always good. They had a really good team up and down. I think Cambridge was really good.
Cambridge was, I was going to say Cambridge.
Cambridge was good.
Yeah.
Most of the time we played them.
I mean, I think those two teams had the most talent probably in our area.
Steubenville had good talent too.
Outside,
right. I'm trying to. So, like, if you're from Steubenville or Catholic Central and you see this, we're not dogging you. I promise. Yeah. You guys were good. We're trying to talk.
They're my boys, Jay Landon, Matty Ice, Mason. So
yeah,
can't really dog on those guys.
No, hell no. But I was thinking more of like the teams we usually normally wouldn't play 2 times a year or scrimmage often, like teams that we like Cambridge. We usually see them one time, maybe in like OVAC ball, or I wouldn't even say OVAC because I don't think they were in our OVAC, were they?
I did not like playing Wheeling Park.
Yeah,
I like Wheeling Park our senior year.
Once every other year, yeah. Like they were stacked.
Yeah, they were good when we played them. So I bring up my senior year because I'm going to give myself a little flowers here, but that was the year that I had that diving catch to end the game. I think that Park team was 18-2 when they came to and played us, and we were like what? Fucking 10-10, 11-10.
We were about 500.
Yeah, like we were right there, but it was a good fucking game. That was that's probably one of my favorite games to talk about because of the way that it played out. Like we just played really good.
You were on the news with that diving.
Oh yeah, me and Woody.
Hell yeah!
I hit that leadoff double, and we played. So the pitcher that we faced, a lefty, Justice. Okay, I went to West Lib the same time he was there, and he didn't believe me when I told him about it, and I was like, "Bro, you started the game," and I think we came in. It was like either the 5th or 6th inning, and I led off. I hit a double, and then Woody came up and he hit that little bloop shot right into right field, and I ended up scoring on it to like take the lead or whatever. And the bottom of the 7th or top of the 7th was they had 2 dudes on and 2 outs, and this dude hit damn near a gap shot, and I just fucking laid out for it and made the catch, dude. It was probably one of my favorite high school memories of all time. But has to be. It was so cool just because it was like Wheeling Park is Wheeling Park. Like they're a very good school in every sport they play. So it was really cool to be able to do that. But But yeah, like you said, Harrison's always good. So obviously I'm not gonna knock them. I've obviously Nick played there. My cousin Nick. Trying to get him to come on here, but he's being stubborn about it and won't come on.
Tell me why I did it.
I'm going to now. Be like, bro, AY did it. Come on. Like,
Yeah,
I won't. You don't gotta come on.
He's got to beat me at something. It's been a long time
That's
since
crazy.
he's done that.
Oh man.
I had to.
Hell yeah.
Oh fuck. I remember very vividly that game that you picked Rasheen off in the end zone and ran it back. It was our senior year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So were we up a touchdown or we?
I think we ended up winning by 13, so I think we were up 6. Like they were still like or maybe we were up 3 or something like that. It wasn't much. Like They could have easily won the game right there. Yeah.
Yeah. So we go down, score whatever, we're up, say 6, because I don't remember what it was, and you obviously don't 100% either. At Tyler, they drove all the way down the field. Rasheen went to throw the ball in the end zone. AY picked it off and housed it. And I remember vividly because I was sitting with my Aunt Raina, like Nick's parents and like Nick's family in Harrison's central side. Like I had my Letterman on and everything. And I just vividly remember like I watched AY jump the route and he just took off. And I was like, oh shit. I just remember I stood up and just walked out of the bleachers because I was like, I don't want any part of this because I'm too geeked right now for this to be, But yeah, that was a cool game to watch.
Good memory. Good memory.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, Nick. Sorry, Nick.
Sorry, Nick.
Sorry, Nick. That's
you know what sucks too, and it makes me sick a little bit. So their senior year when they went to states, we beat them twice. We beat them both times we played them.
We did not lose to them our senior year in any boys sports.
Yeah.
Somehow.
But if you right, that team was so good.
Even basketball, like they should have beat us.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like Rasheen, Nick, Fletcher. You had Austin Kowalski too. Like they were studs.
Yeah, they got a good team. They got a really good team. But yeah. I don't really think I got anything else to ask you unless you wanna.
I do. I
got anything else?
A question.
All right, go ahead.
No, it's good. I just want to touch it because I think it's good for him to share it on because I don't know. So AY, what do you just real quick, simple question? What do you do for work?
So I am in the.
Can you say?
Yeah. Okay. I'm in the logistics industry. Work for a third party logistics, so brokeraging. At the company I currently work for, they're based out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. We're about 200 employees, whatnot. Good gig. Started there right out of college. Had a connection with one of my guys that I played baseball with. His cousin was higher up, so gave me a shot and just kind of ran with it. Did not think I'd be doing it. It's more of the sales. I got a trip to Houston tomorrow on Monday, and we'll be back Tuesday night. So yeah, kind of just enjoying life, working. It's long hours, tough job, just very, very busy, but very grateful for the opportunity. And like I said, just kind of living life, golfing a lot and whatnot. So
hell yeah.
Oh yeah. So
we love the golf in this here.
Hell yeah. Yeah. So second part to that, so now that we know what you do, what part would you say, where was that where it clicked that, you maybe thought that, hey, the sports route might not work out for me, so I'm going to go ahead and enter the professional field of things. Where do you think that point in time in your career in college that hit for you? Or was that always something like in your mind when you went to school?
No, to be honest, like all through college until probably halfway through my senior year, it was all about baseball. And I'd switched majors 1 or 2 times because it was affecting. I missed a week in my junior year because engineering school. So it was out of our control, even with the steps that the school put in place and the athletic department put in place. So I was kind of fed up with that. but it was mostly baseball through into my senior year. Not saying our coach was bad or that he was a bad guy, but there were some situations at our school where it just didn't make baseball fun. And that's kind of really when a lot of us, and not just myself, but a lot of guys, it was just like, okay, like we got to start thinking about what's our next step is. So it was probably three quarters away through my senior year and through the season where it was like, all right, let's start really understanding what we want to do the next stages in our life. Completely went in a different direction than I thought. I thought I was going to get out, just get a job and do actuary science, take a couple exams. Kind of fell in love with the job that I'm doing and the people and the company I'm with, and just kind of stayed there. So,
yeah.
But
That's
long story short, 3/4 way through my senior year.
No, I love the explanation. So I think because you're the first, we've had the opportunity to have some really dope guests on. We've had some people that have, that are in the sales industry. We've had the strength and conditioning coach on. Jeremy Presley shot him out. I'd love to get him back on, but it was a really cool conversation. But I think you're the first true guest that we've actually had on the show that has had just a multitude of success in the college sports world. And even right there, the tip of the iceberg, potential and opportunity to play in the MLB. What advice would you give to future or current student athletes that how important that education is, or a little takeaway from the education aspect of it to have that backup plan if sports don't work?
It's huge. It was the one thing that I always talk about with my friends up here is I know my dad was tough on us, especially like in school. And he always kind of pushed hey, go get that higher level degree and whatnot. And that's academically and athletically, you need to push yourself. If you want to be successful on the athletic side, you got to be able to have a big mind and be headstrong on that side. So being very well into your academics, and that's what I never really understood what my dad was trying to say when he was saying, "Hey, go into a harder degree. It's so that you have that flexibility when you get out. If it's not one direction you want to go into, but you have a good degree, you can always go into another direction." So that's what for the young guys out there, young girls out there, it's make sure you push yourself academically, not just athletically. If you're going into school for sports, even academics, like push yourself to get a degree where you're a little bit more flexible on the backside. I have a statistics degree, but I'm in sales right now. It doesn't make sense in logistics. But I have the flexibility if this doesn't pan out to go do something else that I'm very happy about doing. So that'd be kind of the main message.
Oh yeah, that's dope. I appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah.
So that's the simple questions that I had in the back of my mind, and some questions that I had for you popped up throughout the episode. But D, I don't have any other questions. You got any other questions?
No, I'm good.
That's cool.
Hey, you got any questions for us? You got anything you want to ask us? Anything at all? You don't got to. You don't have to at all. We don't got to go down that road. But
D, you know I gotta ask you a question.
Great. I should have never even offered.
Russ or Justin Fields?
Oh man, dude.
They both didn't look great.
I know.
But
Our O line hasn't.
bad.
I don't know. I really don't know. Our O line did not look good last night at all. I watched the fourth quarter, and I know they played Russ like the first quarter, and then Fields the whole rest of the game, I think. But our O line didn't look good. I'm not too thrilled about that.
Russ or Justin? That's the question.
I know. I'm trying to avoid it because I really don't have an answer.
Do you got an answer on that one? Make your mind up yet?
No, I think I got it. And I'm not as in depth with the sports world as D Money is when it comes to the Steelers, but I think you let Russ start the season. I think you give him the spot and let Justin Fields learn a little bit more, just because he is a younger player, and let Russ maybe teach him a few things and kind of the same situation that they did last year, right? Or was it last year or the year before with the Mitch and Kenny situation?
That was debacle.
But was it last year or the season before that?
Kenny played. He was our starter.
Last
he wasn't
year.
fucking hurt
Yeah.
last year.
Okay, so the year before. So
Yeah,
how
Mitch
got the start? I think Russ
It was
gets
his
the
rookie
start.
year. So what? 21, 20,
yeah,
21, I think.
Yeah.
I like that. Play the same thing. Just you got a lot better talent at the plan that you're putting in the action. So
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
If I have to give you an answer, like if you got a gun to my head saying, "Give me a answer," I want to see Justin because I think he's way more dynamic. Like just watching him yesterday, like yeah, there was a lot of times where he took off instead of throwing the ball, but we haven't had that.
Whoa, you don't trust Russ with his dancing skills with Sierra? Yeah, you got to give him some credit.
Listen, I love Russell Wilson. I don't think he's washed at all. He had a really good year last year. I mean, if he can come in, so what I think is going to happen. So my answer to your question, I want Justin Fields. But what I think is going to happen, and as me being a diehard Steeler fan, to like what I think is good for the team, I think they need to start Russ. Exactly what Ty said. You got to start Russ. I mean, he's your veteran, but I think he's on a very short leash. If he does not succeed in the first 3-4 weeks,
got to get him out.
He's done. I think they'll play Fields because Fields is younger. He's more dynamic. And I don't know if you guys saw that video that touchdown that didn't happen. The dude, he threw the ball into the end zone like 50 yards into the end zone. It was on a dot, and the dude was running into the end zone, and he
oh yeah, I did see that.
He slowed down and then went for the ball instead of keeping his stride and catching the ball in the end zone. It'd have been a touchdown. Dude was wide open. Fields put it right out in front of him, and he stopped and then jumped up and tried to catch it, and it went right over his head. But it was a beautiful ball, and if anybody tells me that it wasn't, they're a fucking liar. But the cool thing is, though, sometimes, and I keep looking over here at this picture, but if you got a shitty quarterback, you get to see cool plays like that. Because Mitch Trubisky threw that football, and look what Pickens did with it. And that catch that fucking Pickens had on the sideline, that was 100% a catch. Did you guys see that? Dude, it was. If you get bored and you want to look at it, it was a catch in my opinion.
I'll go do that.
It was sweet. Russ threw the ball to him. He kind of put it on the outside shoulder, like along the sideline, to like where only he could catch it. He went out one-handed, caught it one-handed, and like barely toe tapped his toes into the fucking field of play for the catch. But they called it incomplete, and then Tomlin challenged it, and they still called it incomplete. But I thought it was a catch, so whatever. But yeah, so answer your question, Justin Fields, non-biased kind of Steeler fan here. I think it's got to be Russ. Russ for first couple games. If he doesn't play well, you go. So, but yes, there you go. And I know you still follow your Jags at all, or you kind of?
I do. It's hard, but I do. It's hard, but I do.
Yeah.
We should be decent this year. We were decent the last 2 years. So,
how do you feel about them paying Trevor Lawrence?
I like it. I do. I mean, I don't. We don't need another quarterback for the next 4 or 5 years, in my opinion.
Right.
He's solid enough. It's just, can we build around him? And I think they're doing the right thing. It's just last 2 years, it's been tough. Some games you're in it, some games you're out of it, and you come back in the third or fourth quarter down 14 or 21 points.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm so excited for this season. And it's like a couple of my buddies texted me last night and was like, we're not looking good, not good. And I was like, bro, listen, after fucking last 2 years of Kenny Pickett looking fantastic in the preseason and then being a bum during the regular season, I want the Steelers to look fucking terrible in the preseason.
Mm-hmm.
But I fucking cannot stand the Jaguars. I hate them. Every time we play you guys, you guys pull some shit and beat us. And you ruin one of my fucking them motherfuckers ruin one of my birthdays. The fucking playoff game.
It could be y'all. Like y'all could just be playing. Y'all could just be playing down to the talent.
Oh,
Like,
all the
I
time,
remember
dude.
we were
played
so
down.
trash, and y'all would be like playing us like 1 or 2 losses, and we just beat you guys.
Every fucking time. It drove me fucking insane. But your Jaguars ruined my birthday one year. I went to the playoff game, the divisional, was it divisional? Yeah, it was I don't remember which.
I don't think
I
we
think it
got.
was.
I don't think we got past that much
Well, you
often.
guys went and ended up playing New England the next game.
Yeah, we lost. Yeah,
That was the same year that Jesse James caught that football.
was that David Garrard?
No, that was fucking Blake Bortles.
Oh yeah.
That was the game that it was
Hey,
Le'Veon's last game as a Steeler,
hell of a
and the
season.
score was like 45-42, and we came back, but we just didn't have enough time. But it was just an absolute fucking disaster. Ben ended up throwing for like a ridiculous amount of yards. He threw a couple picks, and then AB had a huge game. Le'Veon had a huge game. Just a fucking disaster. Ruined my birthday, so thanks. I appreciate that.
Sorry.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so how you want to do the draft picks, or you just want to go into the top 5?
You make the call, brother. You're the one leading EP.
All right, AY, do you want to do the draft picks, or you want to go straight into the thing? You got time?
Whatever y'all want. I am gonna grab some water real quick though.
All right, we'll do a quick one real quick.
Let's do it.
Oh shit! Grab my trusty whiteboard here.
Let me get rid of all of my Bengals players from the last time we did this.
I hope I get the Steelers, bro. I've been itching to get them.
See, I might be better on this one. Not a huge NFL guy.
Yeah, Ty's not either. Duper's an NFL guy, but these two are more hockey.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's the one thing in Michigan. Like, we did not grow up in a hockey area.
We did not, no.
By any means.
No.
And I'm kind of jealous. Like, I hear about all these guys, like, they know all, like, the Red Wings and, like, they go to games and, like, all the stories and the history. I wish I could, like, rattle that shit off. I wish I would have paid more attention.
Yeah. See, like, I think it's a cool sport. Like, don't get me wrong. I think it's dope. I never really.
If you don't know much about it, it's hard to follow it.
Yeah.
Like
we have the Grand Rapids Griffins in Grand Rapids, and that's just go down there. They do $2 beer, $2 hard dogs on Fridays. Like, go watch a game.
Hell yeah. You can't beat that shit at all.
Fun time.
All right,
so the way we do this. Sorry, what'd you say, Ty?
Nothing. You're about to say it. Go ahead.
Okay. So the way we do this is I got a random spin wheel here with all 32 teams on it. I'll spin it. Whatever it lands on, say you're getting the first spin. I'll just give you the first spin. So whatever team it lands on, you get that team, and you give me your all-time team. Okay. And same with Ty and then me.
Did you get?
So what we're doing is,
yeah. You just got to list off the positions for me.
Yes. Quarterback. 2 running backs.
I'll forget this.
Okay. All right. So you just want me to I didn't know if you wanted to write it down or not.
Yeah, we'll go one at a time. We'll be fine.
Okay. All right. All right. So I'll give you your team first.
Come on.
Cowboys.
Oh. Okay. Can we rattle you guys off like your teams first, and I'll be good?
Yeah, you can go first, but we go position at a time.
Yeah, we'll do one at a time.
We'll go.
Okay.
We'll go in the circle. So just let me get the other teams, and then we'll go from there. All right, Ty, you're going to go.
Give me a good team. Don't fuck me.
It's fitting. The Lions.
Oh my god.
Oh.
All right, bet.
And then I got. Oh my god, bro. The fucking Saints, but I was right next to Pittsburgh. I haven't got the Steelers yet. It's pissing me off. Saints. All right.
I like it.
All right, let's see what we got here. You want me to go first?
I'm good. Troy Aikman for the Cowboys.
Okay. So I would write these down because at the end of them we list down it, and then we kind of like compare the teams to each other to see who would be the best team or whatever. But Aikman's a good choice.
Aikman is a
very good choice.
Yes. My second, dude.
It doesn't matter. I can go if you want me to.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I'm gonna pick Drew Brees.
Oh, hands down. I mean, you have to. I'm gonna go ahead and take Matt Stafford.
Oh, okay.
Give me Matt
Okay.
Stafford.
Not a bad choice.
Thank you,
No.
thank you.
Not a bad choice. Running backs?
Running back 1.
Yep, running back 1.
I got 2 in mind, and I can't decide who.
Well, you got 2 of them, so
Oh,
name
I'll
them
do
both.
Emmett Smith and Tony
Just name-
Dorsett.
Okay. Okay.
You
So
want us to do 2
Oh,
running
sorry,
backs?
sorry.
We'll do 2.
Emmett
No,
Smith.
you're good.
Emmett Smith.
no, you're good. You're good. We'll
Yeah.
just do 2 in a row. So Emmett Smith and Tony Dorsett.
Yeah,
Met Tony Dorsett. Good guy. Cool as hell.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Got his autograph.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's dope. Running backs for me. I think I'm gonna go Kamara for 1. I'm trying to think of. Who else was in their backfield that's been really nasty?
For the Saints?
Yeah. I got one in my head that
I mean, there's 2 that
I
pop
wanna
right.
say-
I got nasty college guys.
Yeah, same.
Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's who I have in my head, but I'm trying to think, is there a guy that was really
Well, who was with Reggie? What's his name?
I thought it was like Deuce McAllister or something.
Deuce McAllister.
Yeah, but Ingram.
Oh, Mark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Who you picking? You picking
I
Reggie?
think I'm gonna go
Yeah.
Reggie.
You
I'm gonna
got
go
to.
Reggie and Alvin Kamara just for the athleticism.
Yeah.
I think Mark's a better choice. But...
You're saying that because he was a Buckeye.
Or Ingram? He's a
No, he was
Bama guy.
Alabama. He was Alabama.
He's a Bama
Yeah,
guy.
he's Bama.
I think he probably had a better pro career than
Yeah, he did.
Reggie.
Reggie was just that fucking like
He's
in
that
his
guy.
prime. Like this is where I'm taking these guys. Like in my mind, like Drew Brees'
Prime.
prime, Kamara's prime, like Reggie's fucking prime, like being that freak, you know, running back.
I like it. Running back 1 for me, obviously Barry Sanders. And then
It's a given.
running back 2 for me, David Montgomery.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Been too many running backs in that running back room in the last
No.
a long time. That's I remember
Yeah.
they didn't have a 1,000-yard roster for what? How many years?
It was a minute.
Yeah.
It was
It was
almost
a minute.
decade.
All right, we got two receivers. You can give both of them at once, or you can just give
I'll
one.
do one at a time.
Okay.
This one's kind of tricky. There's 3. Dez
Okay.
has to be number 1 for me.
Okay. So
I like
Des
it.
Bryant.
Dez Bryant.
We just giving 1 or we giving 2?
Just give your other one. Fuck it.
Brow, TL.
Okay. I was either
Yeah,
thinking
so-
him or Mike Orr.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking that or CD. CD's
CD
very,
is so
very
good, bro.
It's just he hasn't been there too long.
Yeah. He's gonna get paid here soon.
He's gonna get paid.
He's either gonna get paid or he's gonna be somewhere
He's already
else.
gone, yeah.
Yeah.
He has some feet on him.
Oh yeah. Who's the receivers for me? You obviously got Olave down there. Been there very long. Marquez Colston, Michael Thomas, Joe
Yeah.
Horn. That's a good one.
Dude, you got Ohio State U.
I know. I think I gotta go Michael Thomas in his prime down there. He was a freak his first couple years. So I'll go Michael Thomas and I think I want to go Marquez Colston.
Mm.
He was a good one.
Was there for a
Okay.
long time.
I like Joe Horn, but I'm gonna go Colston.
Okay. Wide receiver 1 for me, Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, a given. And then wide receiver 2, just because I like him, especially when he played for Seattle, Golden Tate.
I knew you were gonna say Golden Tate.
I love Golden Tate, dude.
I know you do.
I love Golden Tate.
Yeah. So Megatron and Golden Tate.
Megatron.
Two good receivers.
Hey,
I think he was
I'm-
really good in Detroit too.
Who?
Golden Tate.
Yeah.
Megatron's
I was
probably
gonna say-
greatest receiver of all time.
You'd get a lot of heat for not saying Amon Brown right now.
Oh,
Like,
Amon-Ra.
Yeah.
Dude, those Lions fans are in love with him.
Yeah,
He's
they
so
are.
good.
He is good, but
He
I just
carried
love
my
Golden
fantasy
Tate.
team last
I
year.
get the pick, but I get the
Shit,
pick.
you're not wrong though. Fuck.
Yeah, you can switch it if you want.
Nah, I committed. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm not going to
All right.
turn on going like that.
All right.
No.
All right, you got one tight end, AY. There's only really one answer here.
Jason Witten.
Mhm.
Okay.
Dalton Schultz did play for the Cowboys.
Schultz was good, and Ferguson's good. Their guy they got now.
Yeah,
But Jason Witten's probably
the
he's just so good. He was so good.
longevity. Yeah.
My tight end, I think I got to go Jimmy Graham.
Oh yeah, hands down. This is just a look up because I didn't know, but
This is tough.
Brandon Pettigrew.
It might be Laporta.
Change your mind and say Sam Laporta.
Yeah, it might be Laporta.
All right, I'm gonna go with that. I don't know.
All right.
He
was a rookie last year?
Yeah.
He came from tight end, you fucking Iowa.
Okay.
He was a freak last year.
He's gonna be a freak this year.
He's gonna be so good. He might be one of the first tight ends off the board in fantasy.
You think so?
Oh, 100%, especially with.
There's only really 3 tight ends you can pick from right now to go early. Laporta, Kelsey, and Kittle. Well, not just Kittle. Who am I missing?
I've been seeing a lot of people picking Mayer up early on for tight ends.
The dude from fucking the Raiders?
Yeah.
They got Brock Bowers. That dude's not going to see the field as much anymore.
I know. I don't know why people. I've heard a lot of people do that. But
okay, so Sam Laporta, good pick. He's a stud.
Yeah,
he's a fucking stud. He's a stud.
Stud.
Yeah.
What do we got now?
You got defensive player. Just one defensive player all time.
For the Cowboys? Micah Parsons.
Yeah. He's a stud.
Just a freak. I was gonna say Bobby Carpenter, just because he's a high state guy, but no.
Who's a stud? Played
for.
What'd you say?
I am gonna look up best Cowboys defensive player ever. Question.
I'm trying to think of who I can take defensively for the Saints. I know I'm missing. I'm missing some stud fucking players from back there.
I got Dion. I got DeMarcus Ware. I messed up.
You got prime time, baby.
Prime time.
I can't think of a dude right now, so I'm just gonna take a Buckeye and go Marshawn.
Hey, that's
he was a stud his first couple of years. He's kind of been, but his rookie Lattimore and sophomore year Lattimore, second year Lattimore. I'll take that.
I'm gonna go with Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Hutch is nasty. Fucking Michigan boy. Makes me sick. He's a stud though. That dude's good.
It's hard to say it, but yeah.
Yeah.
A different aspect on my side, living in Michigan.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, I believe it. And anyway, last but not least, head coach.
Oh. Honestly, I don't know who was before who. And I don't know who's better than who.
I know you got McCarthy right now.
I know.
Fucking
Garrett.
Jason Garrett before him.
I don't know who was.
Honestly, I'm gonna go Parcells.
Parcells. Who was the dude that wore the fucking hat? Landry.
Yeah.
Tom Landry.
Yeah.
Was he the one that won all the rings?
I don't know if he was before Parcells or not.
He was an older guy.
Yeah, he was before.
I don't think Parcells won any. I don't know.
Blake Parcells is a coach. don't really like Jerry.
Jerry Jones, yeah.
Not the smartest, but
Yeah, whatever. My guy's obviously Sean Payton.
Oh, it has to be. Yeah.
Oh, this is a tough one. This is a good one.
For Ty?
For me?
Yeah.
I already have mine locked in. So who do you think?
Now.
Now, yeah.
Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
He's turned that fucking organization around.
I just like him off the field too, just how he carries himself.
He's dope.
Yeah, he's a
dope.
cool dude.
All right, AY, go from top to bottom. Give us your lineup here.
Oh hell. Keep track. Well, we'll be good. So
you
what?
did keep track.
Troy Aikman, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Emmitt Smith, Tony Dorsett.
Yep.
Wide receivers, we had Des Bryant and Terrell Owens.
Yep.
Tight end, we had Jason Witten.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Defense, we had Micah Parsons. Head coach, we had Bill Parcells.
All right.
There we go.
Hey, good memory, because I would have fucking forgot every one of them.
They just got to walk through it.
Yeah. For me, I got quarterbacks Drew Brees. I got running back 1 and 2 as Alvin Kamara and Reggie Bush. Saints fans, don't come at me because I don't really know your past, but whatever. Receiver 1 and 2, I got Michael Thomas and Colston. Tight end Jimmy Graham, defensive player Lattimore, and my head coach is Sean Payton.
Quarterback Matt Stafford, running back 1 and 2 Barry Sanders, David Montgomery, wide receiver 1 and 2 Calvin Johnson and Golden Tate, tight end with the help of my fellas here Sam Laporta, and defensive player Aiden Hutchinson, and then head coach leading the charge, get me my fucking ring, Dan Campbell.
That team might win a ring.
Yeah, dude, that conference is tough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tough.
Duper will stand strong on that one.
Let's get that analytics out, brother.
All right, man. Well, so now we're going. Did you write your top 5 down? Or are you going off the head? You wrote it down, right?
No, I got my top 5. We're good.
Right. So this week we had 37 votes. How many votes did we have last week?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I could scroll down. 29.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that I'm not getting them out in the algorithm like the right thing, because Gunn was telling me that like he'll be on Facebook scrolling and like he'll see because we post it on every Wednesday. Sometimes I mess up and it's getting out on Thursday, but usually Wednesday. He said he doesn't see it till Friday night sometimes.
Huh.
So I don't know if I'm posting it too early, but I'm gonna try to post it at a different time and see if that helps this week. So.
Okay. Well, hopefully it does, because I mean at first we were getting like 50, 60 every week.
Yeah, and then 70s and 80s for a minute there.
Yeah. We need to do another giveaway and like kind of see if that gets us going again.
Yeah.
But I also heard that if you have people just react to it, like heart it, that'll give you more like traffic on it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll check it out.
But 37 votes. We had favorite sportscasters, favorite sports fan bases, favorite coaches, and favorite arenas. So this is a good episode for you to come on, AY, because it was all sports related.
That's why I did it.
Oh, yes. Makes it easy.
Yes. And it was nice that you were able to tell me you were coming on early in the week so we could do it. Favorite sportscasters won with 32%. You had coaches in second, arenas in third, and then fan bases last. So sportscasters won, and I'm excited about this one. I'm excited to see what you guys got in store here.
Yeah.
Pull my list up.
Hey, why you can kick us off, brother? You just give your 5 and then we'll go around.
It's kind of off the wall, but this is the one I was talking to y'all about that you guys might be interested in. A little shout out to my boy Luke Brown, a guy that me and my brother met in Florida. Good friend of ours. Greg Brown, his uncle, is the commentator and the play-by-play announcer for the Pirates.
Oh shit!
Oh, shit, that's cool as hell. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so gotta give him a little bit of a shout out.
Absolutely.
Hell
so
yeah.
Greg Brown of the Pirates.
That's a good one. I like that. Little reason behind it, and I like it.
Oh yeah,
that's cool.
He would like it.
Good, D.
Me or you, Ty? All right.
Good, brother.
My number 5, college football legend Gus Johnson.
Number 5?
Listen.
Damn.
He's. I thought of him very last minute, and I already
Shit.
had my top kind of locked, but I didn't want to leave him off the list. He could probably be 2, but for me, my number 1 would be my number 1.
You could have much worse. That's the thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You could say like Chris Collinsworth or something.
Number 5 for me.
Please tell me he's not in your fucking top 5,
no,
AY.
fuck that guy. Oh, it's top 5.
No.
Number 5 for me, Chris Berman.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Legend.
Yep.
Legend.
Absolute legend.
See, I'm basing mine off of like now and who I like listening to and who's like I enjoy. I'm gonna go number 4, Joshua Perry.
Joshua Perry. Who's that?
Ohio State guy who's with Fox now and is on game day. He was linebacker. Him and Jake Butt do a lot of things together.
Okay.
He's starting to call more games.
Okay.
I like him a lot.
Hey, it's your fucking list, AY. We're just living in
Yeah.
it. All right, my number 4. Give me Stephen A, bro. I love Stephen A. Smith. He can be a little bit, but I enjoy listening to him. I think he's fun to listen to, and I'm pretty sure he's a Steelers fan, so I think that gives me a little love for him. But yeah, so number 4 for me is Stephen A.
Hell yeah. Number 4 for me, legend, dynamic duo. The next guy will be in my list, but number 3. But number 4, Scott Van Pelt.
Okay.
I like Scott. He was right on the cusp there too.
Yeah.
See, I'm not gonna have any NBA commentators. That's the thing, because I really don't watch NBA.
Yeah.
Ty, you might hate me for this one, but I like Gus. I'm gonna go with Gus number 3.
Hey, I respect it. I respect it at 3 over to 5, but hey, golly, man, Gus Johnson is fucking hilarious. I love him.
Yeah,
he's enjoyable to watch. Like
He
tune into a game, like at least he's gonna make it enjoyable to watch.
He is.
When I made my list, I thought of dudes that I like watched a lot of, like not like the overall opinion of how people probably rank this list. It's like who I've seen and I watched the most for the most part. Number 3 for me, I'll probably get some flack for this, but I like Shannon Sharp.
Oh yeah, I do too.
I like him. What's that?
Skip.
I fucking hate Skip Bayless.
Skip.
I hate Skip Bayless. But Shannon Sharp, I'm a fan.
Nice.
Entertaining.
Yes.
With my number 4 being said, I think you guys probably know who's coming in at number 3, but R.I.P. to the legend, Stuart Scott.
Who was up there too for me, yeah. Had him in there at first, and then I thought of a couple of these guys, and I was like, damn. But, yeah, I like Stuart Scott. Scott Van Pelt's a good one too. I got another guy that's not on my list that I'm not going to say it just because you guys put him on there. I'm sure one of you probably did, so we'll see. But
we'll see. I got guys. Number 2, Joel Klatt.
That name sounds familiar.
He's Fox guy again. More so for his understanding of the game and just being like, I think he calls good games. Yeah. I like listening to him. Enjoy listening to him.
Hell yeah.
Personal preference.
Yeah. Hey, again, AY, it's your list, brother.
That's right.
Thanks, Steve.
Number 2 for me, Chris Berman. I fucking loved watching him. What the hell did he say? What? Wasn't that him?
Yeah, that was him. Yeah. Yep. Every morning in middle school, bro, getting ready to go to school. I turned it on at like 6:30 in the morning, bro, and he's out there giving the play-by-plays, dude. That got me through.
Top 10, he would do that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. My number 2 is a little different. I'm hoping that you guys are gonna let this fly. But number 2, Michael Cole.
Okay.
I
like Michael Cole.
Listen, 26 years of service in the WWE, has missed 2 matches in 26 years of work.
That's crazy.
Impressive.
Yeah.
I used to hate him.
I used to
Very
hate him,
impressive.
especially when he feuded with Jerry the King Lawler. But that storyline pissed me off so much. But the dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
yeah.
so good now.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, AY, who's your number one?
Number one. I'm surprised that this hasn't been thrown out. Big Vital.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about him.
It has to be, dude.
Yeah.
Watching fucking March
Yeah.
Madness and hearing Dick
Damn.
Vitale call a game,
Yeah, man.
like in
Holy
those
shit.
intense moments, there's nothing better.
Yeah. That's
March Madness, baby.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
My number one, my favorite probably one of my favorite humans of all time, Pat McAfee.
See, I was
Easy.
gonna.
I love Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
He's fucking hysterical on game day.
Oh yeah.
Love him in the WWE. And then obviously he's got his podcast and everything that is fucking incredible. So, shout out to him.
Shout out to him.
It's
Who were you gonna say? Because I know that I'm not gonna have that guy on my
John
number.
Bucci-Gross.
I don't know.
little Stubby guy.
Stupid
Little
guy.
baby.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Well, number one, without me, you guys know, Gus Johnson. Number one. Number one. Hey, but listen, I do want to say.
Hate it. From how you reacted with Dustin, I thought you didn't like it. So
Oh no!
I like that. I like that.
I love Gus, but if I couldn't say Gus because I don't have any honorable mentions, but I do have to throw him out here. I literally have Gus Johnson or the hockey legend Mike Emmerich.
Oh.
So
Who's the hockey dude right now?
hold on.
Melrose?
Hold on.
Is it Melrose? Got the longer slick back hair.
Oh, yes.
I think
Melrose?
so,
What's his?
yeah.
Yeah. What's his first name?
He's at the bottom. I can't even find him. He's not in top list. But Melrose. Hold on.
That was a hard top
Barry.
five.
Barry.
Barry Melrose. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was tough. That you could go any direction with that.
You could, yeah.
With that.
Yeah, so I think there was a couple weeks ago. Hold on, I got them all right here. Favorite sports-based TV shows. I think Duper had the Pat McAfee show on there.
Mm-hmm.
Says it's like sports-based, So I mean that was a good one that we had.
Oh, I had that on every time. I come home every day for lunch, and that's the only thing I watch. Yeah, 12-1 every day.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And you can go on YouTube and watch the other hour.
Yeah.
So
Don't tell my bosses, but yeah.
make sure they don't watch us then.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Do you want me to give the outro, D?
Nah, I'll do it.
Love
I did
that.
a lot of talking today, so I'll let you handle it 2 weeks from now.
Appreciate that.
But yeah, with that being said, next week we're not going to be recording anything. Tyler's coming home for the weekend. Got Mavs' first football game of the year on Friday. Playing some pickup ball Saturday morning with Jag and his buddies, and then we got our wonderful favorite person in the world. Got our Mike concert Saturday night, which AY knows about Mike Stud.
Hey, that's an old name.
Oh,
Dude,
no.
we've seen him 5 times now. This will be 6 or 5 or 6 times.
I think I got you on one because I went to the Chicago show that you didn't go to. So
I went to Pittsburgh. This will be my 3rd time
That's
in Pittsburgh.
insane. Has to be 14, 15 years since we started listening to him.
We were young.
Junior high, early high school. That's
early high school,
something like that. Yeah.
Well, Huey Mack, Mike Stud action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, we're doing that on Saturday night, and then my daughter turns 1 on a Wednesday, which is fucking insane to me.
Congratulations!
Look at that. It's crazy. Dude, Tyler, wait till you see her running around, dude. She is non-stop.
That's cool.
She's non-stop. But her birthday party is on Sunday, so we're kind of just taking this weekend off because Ty's going to be in town. Gives us another week to try to get somebody else to come on because we're trying to get people on every week now, just so we can have conversations like tonight to where it's not really, and I don't want to say forced because it's not forced, but it's like trying to find things to talk about.
Yeah.
And repetitive, yes. So like tonight it was sweet because we had AY here and basically talk our ears off for what, hour 40 minutes.
I can do that.
Yeah. So, and again, AY, we do appreciate you coming on, man. It was awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Fun time.
Absolutely. I'm glad you think so. Maybe people will come on now since you said it was fun.
I'm not that
But yeah. Yeah, so with that being said, we're taking next week off, coming back the week after that. I'm trying to think if I'm trying to. Yeah, I think that's it with that. But shout out to our sponsors per usual. We got Arbor Elite. I think they're still in full effect. Nighttime Creations are the guys who make our hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, crew necks, whatever you guys need. They pretty much do it. They do like lasers, stuff like that for like cups, one of the things, tumblers. There we go. Just follow their pages. They're fucking awesome. They do a really good job. Very grateful for them guys. AY actually. So Shank It Golf. You ever heard of them?
Shank It?
Shank It Golf. It's a golf website for like golf polos, anything you want. You go on there, use the code the nice guys, 15% off.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go check it out.
There you go. They actually, I think they got, I don't know if it's still going on, but they had a BOGO buy one get one free polos.
Oh.
Yeah, and their polos I think
y'all
are like $50 a piece.
Yeah, something like
always
that.
use. Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. And they got some good ones, you know.
Losing money if I don't go do that.
Right. I got a towel on my bag, and I don't know if I showed you, but it's called the Brogie. When you get an 8 on a hole, but your boy puts you down for a bogey.
It's fucking
Been there.
Yeah. Cowboy Revolution. Right? Okay.
Yep.
That's an apparel thing. It's kind of how would you consider it, Ty?
Yeah, so just a quick rundown for them. They're a military-owned apparel company out of Texas. They do graphic T-shirts, like poker-themed, Western-themed, UFO, like outer space-themed. Just really cool guys that are having that organization. But use the code the nice guys, get 50% off order at that checkout as well. So
yes. So yeah. I don't think we're missing anybody. I think that was it, right?
got it, brother.
All right, sweet. AY, you got anything else you want to say?
No, I do appreciate y'all having me on. Like, definitely a good time. Might have to do it again if
Absolutely.
you guys
come back whenever the hell you want.
Whenever you
I
want,
didn't
brother.
talk to you guys this year off enough, but no, enjoy next weekend. It sounds like it should be a good time with y'all getting back together and whatnot.
Yeah, we're excited.
Yeah.
I actually think we're gonna try to play golf on Monday too, right?
Yes, sir.
Hopefully we don't get no rain.
Hit them straight.
Oh, we got our fucking fantasy football draft Saturday too.
Yeah, yep.
Hey, college football in week and a half, 2 weeks?
Something like that. It's getting close. NFL's right around the corner too. Man, we're getting right into the thick of it.
Yep.
A lot of sit on my couch and just watching TV. So.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite time of the year. Todd, but you got anything else you want to add?
No, just other than just look for the podcast structure to change. As Dee said, we kind of were in the talks with the media team out of TikTok, so hopefully we'll get to start live streaming our episodes there. They still will be recorded as normal and released every Friday, but if you want to come in and chop it up in a live episode setting, we can answer questions during the live feedback and stuff like that. But stay up to date with the clips, posting TikToks every day, every other day. Just kind of shorter clips of the podcast if you don't want to tune into the whole episode. But yeah, other than that, I mean, just keep voting on the polls, keep checking us out. We're always growing, always changing, and always looking to bring content that you guys love. So we appreciate y'all rocking with us. So
that sounds like a good place to stop right there, baby.
There it is. Hey, AY, appreciate it, man. Love having you on. Can't wait for it to come back again, get you on for another episode. But with that being said, stay golden.